Hey, what's going on YouTube? Find some green here with Dirt and Diamonds Gaming. Welcome to episode 4 of Warming Up Wednesday. We've got a lot of guys to talk about today. So let's start off with the Baltimore Orioles. Now, Anthony Santander has been tearing the cover off the ball. As you can see, he's well above his quick sell price, which is $125, but his buy now price right now is $470. So I'm not saying that you should invest and hold, but what I've been doing, as you can see, I have 19 of them. You can buy them and you can flip them really, really quick. If you go look at my buy history, actually we're going to put one up right now. Right, and he's going to wind up selling, and he'll sell for 423 stubs after tax, and you'll make close to 200. I mean, essentially what we're trying to do anyway, right? If you're buying him at 200 and he goes to gold at 80, then he's only quick selling for 4 anyway. So why not just take care of it now and sell on the hype? Moving on from Santander, we're going to stop off, and I know we've talked about him before. We're going to stop off and talk about Jose Trevino again. Jose Trevino, since the last update, is batting .304. He has an ISO of 391. He's hit 3 home runs since the last update. He's still relatively low. He was at 600 last week. He's up to 645. If anybody else starts talking about him, there's a chance he's going to go up. He's not batting poorly. He's splitting time with Austin Wells, so he's not getting in as many games as you'd like with his at-bats. But when he is getting in, he's at least hitting the ball well and for power. Moving on, we are going to make a quick stop. There's no point in telling you about Stephen Kwan. He's batting 600. It's crazy since the last update. If you want to try to sneak in some buy orders that are on the low side and get a backfill, go ahead. But I mean, we'll look for a second. But I'm pretty sure you're going to see yes. So he's got 25 orders, 84 orders, 10 orders, and I'm sure once you get down into the 19, 18, 1700s, there's going to be a crap ton more. But no, we are going to make a quick stop. Royce Lewis is playing pretty well. He's selling well above his 600 quick sell value, so I wouldn't really mess with him. I mean, you can get in, but I don't know if he's going to go to 85 or not. Byron Buxton, however, is at quick sell at 125. And Byron Buxton, since the update, he's batting .314, which if you look at his contact numbers, they're horrendous. He's got a really good fielding rating already, 89. It shouldn't take that much to bump him up to an 80. But again, if you're getting in at 125, if he goes nowhere, you just quick sell him back. If he does do anything, then you're either making 25 if he goes to 150, which I know isn't great. But even if you buy him at 125 and you feel like he's not going to go, or that buy now price raises up from 222 up to like 300, you can still unload there, or just again ride it on the hype. But with his current batting average, I mean, his power numbers aren't there. He's only got 1 home run and 1 extra base hit since the update, but he is hitting .314, so he might get some movement. Moving on, we are going to go to the Atlanta Braves. And we're making 2 stops here at the Atlanta Braves. Sean Murphy hit 2 home runs today. I want to say he's got 4 home runs since the update. He's batting under 200. You might want to monitor. There's a chance you could get in relatively cheap, considering that his quick sell price is $1,500. But the guys I don't want to talk about are going to be Matt Olson, who we did talk about last week. He's still around quick sell. Unfortunately, he's 0 for his last 12, which it's not great. But he was doing well up until his last 12 at bats. Let's see what exactly is his. Bear with me one sec, guys. He's hitting 296 over his last 7 games and 291 over his last 15. It's a lot better than his 250 batting average for the season. He also has 11 home runs, but as you can see, his power numbers are already up. The guy that I really want to talk about is going to be Austin Riley. Austin Riley right now. He's going for a little over 81 on the quick sell, and you can get him for 460, which is obviously 60 Stubs higher than what quick sell is. However, he's hitting 275 since the last update with a 300 ISO. He's got 3 home runs and 3 doubles. And to be honest, it's really been the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His last 5 games. His last 5 games is where he's doing all his damage. His first 1, 2, 3, 6 games since the update, he was not getting well, but he's hitting exceptionally well right now. It might be something to look into. I've got buy orders in from today. I want to say I'm the one with 448. I don't know if they're going to fill, but if they fill, I'll probably treat him like I'm treating Santander, where I might sell them off beforehand. Actually, might sell them off now. Maybe. I'm undecided. Moving on, we're going to take a quick stop over at the Mets. Yes, I know that the Mets are actually playing something that resembles decent baseball. It's kind of crazy. Frankie Lindor has not been great, but not been terrible. He's got a 256 ISO, and he's hitting 256 since the update. I know it's not great, but he does have 2 home runs. It's something to monitor. As you can see, I've got Harrison Bader orders that are coming through. Harrison Bader's actually playing decent. He's hitting 269 with a 192 ISO. He's got 3 extra base hits. Now, the thing with Harrison Bader is, if he gets a little bit of a power increase, like if you look at his inside edge right now, it's +3 to contact left and +3 to power left, and it takes him to a 79. If he gets anything more than that, he very well might hit 80, because he does have diamond defense. He does have 92 fielding. His quick sell price is 125. So if, like right now, I'm getting him for 129 as you see the orders coming through. It's only a forced stub investment risk. And even if he goes nowhere, I can hold and see what happens, whether it be I hold him for team affinity, or if I hold him to see during the next update, or if he gets hot, or what have you. But even if you decide to quick sell back at 125, let's say you buy 100 of them at the 129 price I'm at now, you're only risking 400 stubs. There's a lot more to be made there than at a 400 stub loss. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, at least not to me. Moving on from there, we have to talk about CJ Abrams. I've been buying CJ Abrams at 600. He still can be bought at 600. I'm planning on buying more. So CJ Abrams, since the last update, has been playing absolutely out of his mind. Absolutely out of his mind. He's hitting 350 since the last update. He has an ISO at 250. He's got 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. I don't know. I don't think he's going to go diamond, but he could go to 83. And if he goes to 83, you're doubling your stubs. If he goes to 82, you're still making stubs. And if he stays at 81, which I don't think that he should, again, you're not risking anything. Obviously, I think he's going to do something. I personally think the market's sleeping on him. And like I said, I'm going to buy more. So there's that. Moving on, we could briefly talk about Christian Yelich. He's playing exceptionally well. He has been since, I want to say it was episode 1. He's still hitting really well. Obviously, he's 325 stubs above quick sell. Not somebody who's going to make the video for that because of the fact that, he's not flying under the radar, but somebody you might want to look at in terms of just investing. Bryce is hitting like shit. Don't go near him. I got all of those for 80, and I'm probably going to wait till next Friday, and I'll most likely just quick sell them beforehand. Brian Reynolds. Let's talk about Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds, since the update, has a 289 ISO with 10 extra base hits, 8 doubles, 1 triple, and a home run. And he's hitting 378. Now, he's got 100 contact against lefties, but his contact versus righties is terrible. Yeah, no, 61's not great. It's pretty terrible. But he's not hitting at a rate that would warrant those numbers. And when I say that, for the season, he's hitting 265 against righties. Right? But he's hitting 284 against lefties. But his power rating versus righties, he's got a 441 slug, whereas he's got a 463 slug against lefties. I think there's room to grow. He's not going to go diamond or anything crazy, but again, 80 overall, he can go to 81, he can go to 82. His inside edge only needs +4 contact and +4 power versus right to go to an 81. The way he's been hitting, I could definitely see some growth. If his number starts to pop up where that bino gets to 600-700 again, like I said, I'm just going to sell, regroup, start over, and we'll just keep going from there. Yes. So, Marte. You're basically going to like this. You're going to buy him at quick sell or right around quick sell, and then you're going to turn around and you're going to list him for 4,895. Okay? And that's basically what you're going to do. There's really not much else to it. And we're going to put another buy order because he's basically at quick sell, but right now his sell now price is well above quick sell. And every time you do that, let me see if I have another. Do I have another? No, my other one's sold already. Cool. Okay, so every time you do that, I'll pretend to put it in again. You're going to make 4,400, but you're only spending 3,500, so you're making 900 stubs every single time. And they go relatively quickly. Because if you look at my completed orders, where are you? There. I bought them for 35.65 at 342, and by 344 he sold for 49.80. And then obviously we just bought him again almost immediately after, and now I've just posted him back up 15 minutes later, and he should sell relatively quickly. But Christian Walker is not hitting well for average whatsoever right now. However, he does have 4 home runs against right-handed hitters in the last 10 games since the last update. He's just been murdering left-handed hitting. His +13s, I don't think he'll get versus lefties. He's not hitting any home runs against lefties right now because it seems like all he's facing is mostly right-handed pitching. But his right-handed stats could still use a boost. He's at quick sell. I know we talked about him during the last update, not the last update. We talked about him during the last episode before the update, and they didn't do anything with him. But I don't know how much longer they can ignore his power versus right. I'm afraid that what they're going to do is last update they gave him +3 power versus right, but then took, I think it was 9 power away against left. They might turn around and do the same thing. I don't know if they can push his overall down. But again, if his hype train starts up and he gets into the 2000s, if you get in at 1,500, just sell him. Ryan McMahon is an interesting card because his batting average since the update has been horrendous. He's hitting 238. However, his ISO is at 310, and he has 9 extra base hits. I'm not sure what to do with him. He's 30 stubs above quick sell right now, but he's selling for 310. So if we're doing like we're doing with the other ones, you're going to try to buy him at 182, 183, 185, and then you can list them in the threes. Ezekiel 12R is getting a lot of action right now, probably because he's got 3 home runs, but to be honest, it hasn't been great. It really hasn't. I know I looked at him briefly, but I didn't actually pull it. Let me pull his stats for you guys real quick, because I don't want to tell you something wrong. Get his game log up. He's hitting 285 for the season with an ISO at 199. Since the update, he's hitting 261, and his ISO is 326. He does have 8 extra base hits, so he might. Marte just sold again. He might be able to go up. However, because of how inflated his price is, I still wouldn't suggest going after him. Charlie Blackmon, I mean, Charlie's Charlie, right? But Chuck Nasty has a 216 ISO and he's hitting 378 since the last update. He only has 6 extra base hits, which again, his ISO is not great. However, his contact numbers don't look fantastic, and it's Charlie. Like we talked about, he is a fan favorite, but you literally could get him for 10 stubs of quick sell right now, and even if you were selling him for 150, you're still making something. I know it's not a lot, and as I told somebody in the comments before, not every card I'm going to suggest is going to be a banger. Some of them are just going to be ones where you can get a little bit here and a little bit there and give yourself a little bit more stubs to go and invest in something else. Moving on, though, we're going to stop off at Padres. Drake. Not Drake. Jake Cronenworth. Unfortunately, as you can see, I have some, but since our last episode, he's not doing well. You can monitor him and see what happens, but he doesn't seem like he's going to be the guy right now. Jackson Merrill he's a bit high. I'm not gonna lie, he's a bit high. All right, what's his quick sell value right now? Because I honestly don't know. If you go to quick sell 1, he's quick sells for 75 stubs, and he's going for almost double that. But I have bought 102 of them. And the reason why I bought 102 of them is since the last update, he's hitting 308 with an ISO at 385. And he's got 7 extra base hits, 3 of them being doubles, 4 of them being home runs. And that doesn't include the home run that he hit today. So, I mean, it's really entirely up to you. I obviously invested some. I don't know if I'm going to do any more, but given his numbers over the last week and a half, it seemed like a good idea to get in, at least before everyone else did. Another guy to talk about is going to be Luis Campusano. And when we're talking about Luis Campusano, over the last 12 days since the update, he's hitting 381 with a 286 ISO. He only has 4 extra base hits, and he only has 23 plate appearances. It's not a lot, but you can get him still relatively cheap. And I'm not the only guy who's trying to buy him because I got 55 more to go, but the person under me's got 940. So it's possible. He was a 78 prior to this, and they dropped him to 76. I don't know where he's going to go, but the cost, it's not a lot. Anyway, those are my guys for this week. If I've missed anybody, please consider commenting down below, letting us know if there's somebody that you've gotten in on or somebody that you may have been flipping, kind of like what we're doing with Marte or anybody else. If you made it this far through the video, I'd appreciate a like, hitting subscribe, clicking the noti bell. It helps us defeat the algorithm. And yeah, we've got a little over a week until the next roster update. Should be interesting. They definitely screwed a whole bunch of players during the last update, at least in my personal opinion. But with that said, I appreciate the time. And until next time, you have a good one.